it's good to chat with you. Stock is down today. You've had a tremendous run. I guess the fear among investors is that the e-commerce trade that we've seen during COVID's not going to last. How do you make it last?
Thank you for having me. It's great to be with you guys. And if we've just reported the results, and I think one of the key points that we have pointed out is that during the second quarter in Africa, we have not really seen a big surge of volume. And this has been driven by both, some disruptions that have been taking place on supply throughout the quarters in some countries, and by the fact that in most of the countries where we operate, there's not been really the same type of, full nationwide lockdowns like the ones which have taken place in the U.S. or in Europe, and as a result, there's not been really a big change in the environment and the surge of demand. And I think, as much as, some people say, oh, we wish we would have had that, in reality, I think we are showing that we are improving our business and our P&L and our revenues, gross profit, and the overall path to profitability despite this surge. So I think this is showing very good progress, and over time, I think the investor community is going to see that.
Sacha, you're talked about as being the Amazon of Africa. Amazon is a big, profitable company. There have been questions about your path to profitability. If we're not seeing a pickup in demand for e-commerce because of the virus, how does that affect your path to making sure that you are profitable?
We, are basing our path to profitability on growing the usage of Jumia, which is the number of users, the number of orders, the GMV, and increasing our monetization, our gross profit, as well as working on the cost efficiency. For the second quarter in a row, we've reduced our EBITDA loss in absolute term and by a meaningful amount for this quarter. And that is happening despite a surge in volume. So we're still growing very well, and our active consumers has grown by 40%. Our orders have grown by 8%, despite reducing our sales and advertising investment by almost 50%. Right? So we see a lot of momentum, and we still see a lot of growth, and we see the improvement in the P&L again, despite a surge. So I think this is very good. And as we continue to move in the next quarters, we are well engaged into this path to profitability. And we're also very confident that the growth, given the size of the opportunity and the size of the market we operate, there's a lot of growth ahead of us.
To do it quickly, do you need partnerships like Alibaba, Tencent, Baidu, and who'd be on your list?
Well, we will see who wants to come to Africa. For now, we are really focused on partnering with brands, manufacturers, sellers, both the small sellers and the big brands, to bring the right products to the consumers. We're doing a lot of partnerships with, of course, the restaurants. We have a food delivery offering, which is very successful. And we have a lot of partnerships with local logistic players. And, of course, we have some partnerships with some of the big tech companies like Facebook and Google around marketing and others. So, for now, we are really focused on bringing relevant offerings to the consumers in Africa, bringing them the products they need, the restaurants they want, with the best service. And we think that by doing that, we're going to be successful. We're also partnering a lot on the payment, of course, with companies like MasterCard, which is well known, but also a lot of local banks and local partners to operate JumiaPay and make JumiaPay available to our consumers.
Sacha, there's been some talk, it's quite vague at the moment, about you splitting off your logistics business. How developed are your plans in that direction?
Well, I've read those, and it's very, very, very early. For us, we are very focused on building a very strong logistic platform to serve e-commerce, which is, for us, the core of the focus right now. And we are taking very, very early steps right now to open up that logistic system, that logistic platform, to third parties. So right now we are piloting with some small businesses that they are allowed to come to Jumia Logistics and ship their packages, even if those packages are not for e-commerce. And this is what we are doing right now. And again, it's very early. and there's no immediate plan to do any of that. And this is something that is possible in the future, and that we will consider when the time is right. But we are we are years away from that, I think.